All right, good day, everyone. Welcome. I wanted to go ahead and just let you know that this actually is an additional walkthrough. And this is going to be walking through how to use the US Cyber Range. So this will be the actual system we're going to be using. If you'd like to install on your system, you're more than welcome to. I've already had some of your some of y'all already reach out to me and with questions, and I have answered a couple, and there's a couple more I just got. I'm going to go ahead and have to help. But if you don't want to go ahead and do that, or if you want to go ahead and just fiddle around with it whenever you get the time, this is what you're going to use to complete the assignments in this course. This is going to be called the US Cyber Range Environment. This is the cloud-based network that's set up through the University of Virginia. And basically, they have a lot of different courseware we can work through, and they also have a lot of different types of other operating systems we can play around with. But this is how we go ahead and use this information here. So just going to let you know that you should have already received a email to your school email. It was an invitation. And that should have already been sent to y'all. I'm going to check real quick, just make sure everybody was, yes, okay. Everybody is included. Cool. And we're good. Okay, so this is, I'm going to go ahead and actually log out just so I can show you how you do go ahead and get in. Okay. To access the cyber range, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and go to the modules. You're going to go to the very top where it says course orientation. You can see this little link right here. It says US Cyber Range Environment. You're going to click on that. That's going to take you to the page, the holder page. It's going to say, hey, can I go ahead and open this in a new browser or a new tab? I'm going to click on it and say yes. Now you're here at the login page, okay? You have three different ways you can log into the account. And the login is going to go ahead and be a couple different ways. You can choose to sign in with your Google account, sign in with your Facebook or your Azure Active Directory one. I have the sign in with Google, so I'm going to go ahead and get that taken care of. It's already set up. And I'm just go ahead and log you in, okay? So when you have access to this here, you should be able to go ahead and see you have a class right here. And you already have an environment. This is the environment we're going to be using for pretty much the first 4 or 5 for the first 5 modules. The 6th module, I'm going to introduce you to another one called Kali Linux, okay? And then we'll flip between Kali Linux and CentOS. And then the final project you're going to be working on is going to be in Ubuntu. Okay, so this is go ahead and just be a little information and everything. You're going to go ahead and click right here so you can get into your system. And you're going to have a set of 3 buttons. You have the power on button. You have the copy button, which actually you won't have the copy button. I'll have the copy button. And then the reset button. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button. And the start button, just tap it once. It's going to take a little bit to start up. It's going to start basically because this is a cloud network. So it's actually starting up a VM using what's called Guacamole. And it's going to go ahead and start up a VM and it's going to go ahead and initiate that. Once it gets done with that, it'll change up the actual symbols. So we'll give it a little bit. And we'll make sure things are okay. So, and again, if you don't know where to go there, again, it's under the US Cyber Range environment under course orientation. Click on that. And then if you go ahead and click again on the new window. Right. So like I said, it does take a little bit. So just bear with it for just a little bit. All right, cool. So it's done loading. And now we have now 2 different ones. We have the play button and we have the stop button. So I'm gonna hit the play button. And what the play button's going to do is now let's go ahead and make the connection to that virtual instance. And this is your individualized virtual instance right here. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. Actually, there we go. So let me go ahead and drag that out. So this is our CentOS operating system. This is going to be, this is CentOS 7. Some of y'all may be installing CentOS 8. CentOS 7 was released around 2009. CentOS 8 is about 2015 is when it was released. So this is a little bit older, 2009. So all the work is going to be done in this operating system unless I say otherwise. To get to a terminal screen or a command line interface, on the very bottom, you're going to go ahead and click on this right here. This is your command line interface, okay? This is where you're going to use to type your commands like ls, change directory, ls again, change the student. So this is what we're using here. You can make it bigger by holding the control key and hitting the plus sign, and it doesn't do it like that, okay? So we can make it bigger by just saying zoom in. There you go. Go to view, zoom in. You can also make new, let's say for example, you want to test out a couple things. You can make new tabs. So you can open up a new tab and now you have two different terminals you can run. So you can go ahead and run a command here. And then I can have a separate thing running in this one. You know, I can do different instances, okay? So you can see the difference in some of the commands. So like for example, I'm in the student directory right here. So I can do an ls tac l. So I can see that right there. And then I can come over here and do an ls tac la. And I can now do the difference without having to scroll up and down. Or I can bring this out here. And now I have a whole separate other terminal screen right here. Okay. All right. You also have access to the web. So you can go ahead and get to Canvas from here. So you go down here to web browser, you're going to go ahead and open it up. They use Mozilla Firefox. Oh, it opened up twice. And you can go to, your ACES account from here. And you can log in and then access Canvas. So if you need to upload something for an assignment, you can take a screenshot. If you need to figure out how to do screenshots, that's going to go ahead and you can go ahead and come over here to app. So normally, if you remember in Windows, the Windows logo is on the bottom. It traditionally in Linux and CentOS, it's going to be at the top where it says application. So you see right there. This is also, you can get terminal, accessories, text editor if you want a text editor, multimedia, office, system. Okay. So if you need to go ahead and do or take screenshots, you can use your Windows system to take screenshots that are in this system here. Okay. The other cool thing is too, if you get to, especially like I was working on something, but I'm not like, I can't find it. Let's say I had like, you know, a terminal screen open and I had one of the Firefoxes open, right? I'm doing some research, right? I have my assignment here for ACCD, ACES. So I have my assignment here and I'm doing research on like, you know, so I'm using this and I'm looking at the like articles and those. Let's say, for example, all of a sudden, like it's gone. Okay. Well, the Linux operating system has what's called workspaces, and typically they only have 4 of them. Okay. You can add more or less, but typically you have 4 of them. So I can have things happening on 4 different workspaces. So I can just go up here to the top right and I can go ahead and click on the workspace that I had all my stuff on. Or let's say I don't want to get rid of this, but I need to work on something else for another class and I don't want to exit this. which I would suggest you don't do. And I'll explain why in just a second. You can go ahead and click over here, or if you want to go ahead and work on two different, of my assignments, you're more than welcome to as well. You can have one open here, and while you're working on this one, you can get the other one open up over here and work on the next assignment over here. So it's up to you. But okay, now the next big thing is that now let's say, for example, I'm done with what I'm doing. I need to go ahead and actually exit, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click applications, click log out. So I'm going to go ahead and log out. And I'm going to click log out again. Okay. Notice it's gone right there. Now, here's where the kicker comes in. I've logged out of the system. Okay. But this is a cloud system. So the virtual machine that my instance or my session is tied to is still running. Okay. And the way this works is that the school gets charged for all those instances, the amount of hours or minutes that they run. Okay. So before I do anything, I need to go ahead and make sure I cut off the instance. And the way I do that is over here where I hit the play button, I'm going to actually do the opposite and hit the stop button. So now I'm telling the CyberRange, hey, that VM you started for me, I need you to go ahead and cut it. Stop it, and that way it won't run anymore. And that's going to stop the billing to the school for this actual for this access to this stuff. So you want to make sure that before, don't just exit out very quickly and log out, log out, log out. No. Once you log out and you go ahead and you're fully logged out, you want to make sure you stop your system, okay? I will log in periodically and check to make sure that there are people that they're turned off if they're not working on it, okay? If you are working on it, I'll send you a message, and it seems like you've been on there for a long time. I'll send you a message saying, hey, I noticed that you were on, are you on? Now, let's say, for example, you mess something up royally and you don't know how to fix it. That's fine. This button right here is called the reset button. That's going to basically reinstall the operating system on your box as if it was brand new when you first got it, okay? So once you're done with the assignments, you're more than welcome. You can just leave them on there unless they say otherwise, like to upload a screenshot. That's what you can do. But other than that, this is how to use the CyberRange. There are no real issues. There shouldn't be any problems there. I've already used this one for a whole semester, and my other semester loved it. This is another way that if you don't have the capability of being able to install the virtual machine software on your computer, this is a really excellent way to practice, okay? And practice you should. All right, that's it for this walkthrough and everything else. I just want to go ahead and make sure that y'all were caught up and knew how to do this. But you should see the invite again in your school email account. Check your school email. You should see an invite for your actual account. Follow the instructions, walk through the video, set up your login, and then you can go ahead and get started with the Mod 1 activities. All right, if you have any questions, post them in the Mod 1 discussion, or if it's something that needs to be fixed, that you're just not too sure if anybody's gonna have the answer, really please send me an email. I'll try to answer as quick as I can, and we'll go ahead and go from there. Awesome, thank y'all very much, and y'all have a great rest of your day.